17. I noticed this chapter is about banking and procedures. So this chapter won't take very long because this is some of our everyday lifestyle. It's just telling you about the banking in today's world: Federal Reserve Bank, checking account, saving account, online banking, check, money order, personal checks, electronic checks, and so forth. So this chapter is very self-explanatory. This chapter, I won't even tell you you have to read it because a lot of this we do on a daily basis. For instance, dealing with the Federal Reserve Bank, the Federal Reserve Bank, healthcare can choose from a number of different types of banking which to do business with. However, this is the same as personal banking. You can use retail bank, commercial bank, credit unions, or online banking. So when you get down to your checking account, you know a bank account against which check can be written and funds can be transferred to a payable party. This is how a lot of people get paid. When you're at work and it goes direct deposit, this is how you get paid. It goes to your checking account. Sometimes some people have it going to their savings account. But I don't know too many people that don't have a checking account. Checking account is bank typically charge a monthly fee to maintain a checking account. Then you may pay fees for transferring using your overdraft. So with checking account, with anything dealing with the bank, you pay in fees, point blank. It's not too many things that bank that don't charge you for. If you go there to get a money order, or you go to get a voucher, or they charge you for it, maybe $1 or $2, but they're going to get their money out of it. If your money is in the bank, they're going to charge you for having it on a monthly basis, and if you don't continue a certain amount of money in that bank, they're going to charge you for it. So checking accounts is a provider who owns a healthcare facility often requires 3 separate bank accounts. A checking account for depositing individual earned income and managing personal expenses, a checking account for depositing checks for the healthcare facility and for covering office's expenses, and a savings account for an amount set aside for paying insurance premiums, property taxes, and other seasonal expenses. So that's pretty much what the healthcare facility have to deal with on a daily basis. However, usually the medical assistant at the beginning state do not have to deal with anything dealing with the accounts of the facility. The money market saving account requires a minimum balance. So a minimum balance draws interest at market rates, allows only a specific number of checks to be written per month, and a minimum fee will be charged for this account. As we move down to online banking, we do this on a daily basis. Say, for instance, you want to check your account. They have the apps for every bank that you can possibly think about, and you can go on, log in, and you can check anything. You check account balances, you could transfer money from account to account, you could pay bills electronically, you could determine whether a check was clear to the bank, you can download an account information. So it's not too much things that you can actually have to go to a bank for nowadays, unless you're having issues and you have to talk to someone and you don't want to call them on the contact us link on the app. So customer-oriented banking is convenient because it's basic expectations of the consumers in the banking industry. You have call centers. That's where you can contact when you see on the app where it has contact us. You press the 1-800 number and you can talk to them. This chapter, I must say, may be the easiest chapter that you may go through if you in the banking in today's world, because banking for the business is very similar to what you actually do on a daily basis. It's just that the funding and the amount of bank accounts that a company or facility have to have is different from the amount that you have personally. Or who knows, you may have 3 banking accounts that you have to deal with on a daily basis. So it's very similar. It's just learning how to manage the money properly to run a facility. Okay? And then you go on to checks. You have money orders, personal checks, electronic checks. You have routing and account numbers. You have cashier checks. You have debit cards, credit cards. You have precaution for accepting credit cards and debit cards. Always ask for the state ID to make sure that it's the person that's presenting this debit card or credit card to you. So just go through this chapter. It's not very long. I didn't even tell you to look at the actual vocabulary words because I think it's about 10 of them, and many of them we use on a daily basis. So this chapter I encourage you to look over to refresh if you need it. Just know that you will be tested on this chapter, and that concludes banking services and procedures. Till next time, bye-bye.